In this exercise, we are going to write a character driver. The driver is going to live in kernel space, and the driver deals with the device. So in our case, the hardware is a simple memory area. We call it as a pseudo device. When the user application wants to talk to the hardware, it uses its system calls such as open, read, and write. When the user application uses open system call, that open system call should connect to the open system call implementation of your driver. And when the user application uses read and write system calls, those system calls must connect to the read and write implementations or methods of your driver. We have to understand how to establish such connections from user space to the device drivers. And the driver's read and write functions or methods will then forward data to the hardware, or it will read data from the hardware. The read method of the driver will read from the hardware and it should submit data back to the user. And the write method of the driver should accept data from the user space. It should write the data to the hardware. If you are wondering how these user space system calls will get connected to the driver system call implementation methods, this is taken care by the VFS, that is virtual file system of the kernel. That means our device driver has to get registered with a VFS by using virtual file systems kernel APIs. All those APIs we are going to understand in the subsequent lectures. First, let's get started with understanding the importance of device number. Here, the driver which we are going to write lives in the kernel space, and it controls the hardware using its file operation methods such as open, read, write, etc. And the driver creates a device file interface in the user space for user level programs to communicate with the driver. Now the question is, when you use, let's say, open system call on this device file, how does the kernel connect the open system call to intended driver's open method? How does that connection is established? To establish the connection, the kernel uses something called device number. Let's assign a number to this driver, let's say 4, and also to this device file, let's say 4:0. So here 4 denotes the number of the driver which should be used to connect this device file access to the driver's methods. And 0 here is a device instance. There could be multiple device files, all are handled by the same driver. For example, there could be 4 RTC devices, all are handled by a single RTC driver. In that case, there could be 4 device files like dev RTC0, RTC1, RTC2, RTC3, like that. In this case, the device numbers could be 4:0, 4:1, 4:2, or 4:3. Observe here, this part is same for all the devices, which refers to the driver, and this part refers to the device instances. So collectively, this number is called as a device number. This part is called as major number, and this part is minor number. When user level program uses an open system call on this device file, the system call will first handled by the virtual file system, that is VFS, in the kernel space. So the VFS gets the device number and compares it with its driver registration list. That means this driver has to get registered with the VFS using the device number. That's what we call as character device add, known as CDEV add. I'll talk about CDEV add later. So the VFS compares the device number of the device file with the driver's list and picks the correct driver and connects the user request to the file operation methods of the selected driver. I will explain more on this maybe in later videos while implementing the file operation methods of the driver. So if you just do ls-l in the root dev directory, you see various device files, and here there are two important columns. These columns signifies the device number. For example, if you consider NVRAM here, NVRAM is a device file which is created to handle the NVRAM device of the system. This is the device number of this device. And here 10 is the major number which identifies the driver, and 144 is a minor number. And if you see this entry here, so here there are two device files, SDA and SDA1. SDA1 is a partition of my hard disk. This signifies the hard disk, and this is a partition of a hard disk. The disk partition is of type ext3 or ext4. And these two device files, they have the same major number, that is 8, and these are the minor numbers 0 and 1. The driver will use these minor numbers to distinguish on which device file the read and write operations have been issued. That's why minor numbers help driver to differentiate between the device files. From the previous video, we came to know that first we have to create some device numbers, and after that the driver has to get registered with the virtual file system of the kernel to make a successful connection. Let's see some of the steps for connection establishment between device file access and the driver. First, the driver has to create a device number. It has to create device files. After that, the driver has to make a registration with a VFS, what we call as character device registration, cdev add. I'll talk more on cdev add in the later videos. And after that, the driver has to implement the file operation methods for open, read, write, lseek system calls. Let's start implementing these steps one by one. Let's create a device number. Your driver has to ask the kernel to dynamically allocate the device number or numbers. Basically, what you should be doing here is you should be using kernel APIs and kernel utilities in order to request various services from the kernel. Now, to create a device number, you just have to use a kernel API, alloc chardev region. So you have to use alloc chardev region. This creates a device number. And for the registration, you can use these APIs, cdev init and cdev add. I will talk more on that later. And after that, as I said, the driver should create device files. For that, you can use these kernel APIs, class create and device create. That's it. The creation things we are going to do in module initialization function. Remember that. Whenever you load a module, so these creation services must be executed, and your driver must be ready to accept system calls from the user space program. That's why it makes sense to do this creation process in the module initialization function. When you remove the module, so it's better you delete all those resources what you requested from the kernel. Otherwise, it will simply consume resources of the kernel. So that's why, let's say if you use unregistered chardev region, it will delete the device number which is allocated for your module, that it can be reused for some other module. After that, you can use cdev delete to delete the registration. That will free some memory. So class destroy and device destroy will delete your device files. That's why all these deletion things we are going to do in module cleanup function, because these deletion things should be executed whenever you remove the module. When you use all these kernel functions and data structures, you should be using appropriate kernel header file. For example, alloc chardev region and unregistered chardev region. These APIs prototypes are mentioned in include linux fs.h. So whenever you use any services of the VFS, then I think most probably you should be using fs.h. Even if you are using any data structures of the VFS, such as file operation structures, a CDAV structure, a file structure, so which we'll be exploring in later videos, you should be using fs.h because the structure definitions are mentioned in the fs.h. And for CDAV init, CDAV at, CDAV delete, you should be using include linux cdev.h. And for device creation, class creation, device destroy, class destroy related APIs, you should be including linux device.h. Basically, for a character device, all these header files are very important, and doesn't matter whether you use it or not. Please include fs.h, cdev.h, device.h, uaccess.h. This is basically for copy to user and copy from user utilities. I will talk about these utilities later. And for the VFS structure definitions, also you should include fs.h. In the next lecture, let me explain how to use alloc chardev region to dynamically create char device numbers.